Hello everyone, I'm the Saxy Gamer, and today we're here for some more very exciting stuff on the DLC. So the first look for the Maya has been released today, and if you haven't seen it, you can go ahead and check it out. It's pretty short, only like 2 minutes. But in this video, I'm going to go ahead and go through it, give some first impressions, see if we can find any small things that we can point out that maybe weren't talked about, but maybe we can notice as new additions to the game, and I'll give, my general thoughts on everything about the Maya. So let's go ahead and get into it. We have a good old Lady Six Sky here. And yeah, let's see what we have to go here. So I know the first thing I want to talk about is over here. So one of the things that they said is that they don't receive housing from water. So I mean, every city technically gets housing from water, even if it's settled not on water. So normally it's 2 from just no water. You get 3 housing if you're on the coast and 5 housing if you're on fresh water, I believe is what it is. So you always get 2 whenever you settle as the Maya here. This is interesting though, because then you get 1 housing from each farm, I believe, is the deal. If we skip forward here, we can find where is the there we go. So we get each farm provides an additional +1 housing and +1 gold. So one thing I'm wondering here, did they show making a farm? Oh, hang on, wait. Let's see what the tooltip is there. Because a farm by default provides +0.5 housing, and it says it provides an additional 1 housing. So is it 1.5 or is it just 1? Oh, it is actually 1.5. Okay, so that's actually quite strong, I think. So that means if you have 2 farms in a city, you're effectively going to be on fresh water, which sounds, that sounds really good. Because then if you have more than 2 farms in the city, then you're going to be well above fresh water. So your population is going to be able to grow insanely tall whenever you're playing the Maya. That's what it seems like. So yeah, they also do get amenities. I forget, what is it? From adjacent luxury resources? Yeah, amenities from luxury resources. I think they get, is it 1 per adjacent? +1 amenity for every luxury resource adjacent to the city center. Okay, I guess that's okay. It's not that insane. It'll help with playing tall a little bit, because if you're going to have high population, you're going to need a lot of amenities. So I guess that's good. I wonder if you settle on a luxury, I wonder if it gives you 1 amenity or not. There's a good chance that it would. I would imagine it would, but then again, I don't know. So that's decent. I don't think that part's insanely strong. I think that the housing thing is actually quite good, because 2 farms effectively giving you fresh water means that you can pretty much have effective fresh water in every single city. So I think that's pretty cool. Aside from that, though, yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. It's decent. I really don't think it's going to be that much of a game changer in a lot of games, unless you can get... There's probably going to be some instances where you can get some really cool things, but all in all, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. One other thing that I wanted to talk about with the whole housing thing was, I guess this means so that, you're not really limited in where you can settle based off of, whether there's water there or not. Because, right now in Civ, you pretty much have to settle somewhere that you're going to either be able to aqueduct over to get water, or if you're just on water. But with the Maya, that restraint is totally removed. So any settling spot is equally as good in terms of housing as any other one. So I think that actually is very good, because it'll allow you to kind of, finagle with things a little bit more without having to worry about losing things. Alright, let's talk about the Hulche here, which is their unique unit. It's an archer replacement. It gets some extra combat strength, I believe they said. And it also gets combat strength from fighting a wounded opponent. So yeah, you can see it's +5 against a wounded opponent. It replaces the archer. I think it's going to be pretty good, honestly, not going to lie. Let's take a look at... does it say anything here? Strong range attack. How much stronger is it than an archer? 28 base strength. That sounds like a lot higher than an archer. Let me Civ 6 archer. So a normal archer is 25. Okay, so it's only 3 more. So that's not that insane, I guess, but still. The +5 against wounded opponents is definitely kind of good, especially if you have multiple of them. I also really like having an Ancient Era replacement, because it means that you can really make use of that early game power spike, which is really nice. And it's gonna be literally nearly impossible for you to lose one of your early cities when you're playing as the Civ, because another thing that you get that hasn't been talked about yet is you get +5 combat strength to units within 6 tiles of your capital. So imagine that plus a few of the Hulches. It's gonna be literally impossible. You're gonna get anybody that tries to attack you will just get melted instantly when they're trying to attack you in the Ancient Era. So you're going to be really, really defensible early on. So I think that's really good, especially if you're playing on Deity. It's going to be a pain if you're playing on Deity and trying to attack these people. There's literally no way you're ever getting through them, because they're going to have that +5 combat strength, plus the, what is it? Is it 5 that the deity AI get? Or maybe it's only 3. But they're going to be impossible to kill on deity in the early game. I can already foresee myself just raging about it already. But, okay, let's talk about their little campus thing here. So that's their next thing. The observatory is what it's called, and it replaces the campus. So let's take a look here. So 2 science bonus for each adjacent plantation, 1 science bonus for every 2 adjacent farm tiles or district tiles. So yeah, 1 for every 2. The government plaza. So interestingly enough, there is no mountain adjacency on this at all. So that is something to keep in mind. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. If you're going to be able to get a lot of plantations, then these can be really good. I also don't see, it doesn't have, it doesn't say anything about reefs or geothermal fissures either, so I wonder if they don't get the adjacency from either of those. I mean, it doesn't say anything about it here, but maybe it's, I would imagine it's not. Also, what is this? A Pamukkale? Pamukkale? Let's Google it, see what happens. Pamukkale. A cotton castle in Turkish. Is that something that's in the game? Oh wait, no, that's this thing. Oh, okay. This is a wonder, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a thing, right? Civ 6. Add Civ 6. That's just the wonder, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's just that thing. Okay, I'm not crazy. So yeah, that's fine, I guess. That's just the natural wonder. So pretty much you're gonna only be getting these from plantations and farms as well as districts. I mean, that's okay. I really don't think that's gonna be that much of an upgrade against like a normal campus. Maybe depending on the spawn, it could be. Also, wait, there's a bunch of stuff we can look at here. So there's this thing. I don't know. Maybe it's maize. Red looks like red maize, something like that. We also have bees over here, which are probably a new luxury. This is probably a bonus resource, I think. I think they put a farm on this, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so they put a farm on the maize there. So that's probably a bonus resource, and the bees over here are probably a luxury resource, which is cool. You know, I'm always down for some new luxuries. Just, you know, some more variety and stuff like that. But yeah, this observatory, I don't really know how strong this is going to be. It's gonna pretty much just like campuses right now are very much based on like your spawn, because you need to have a lot of mountains or geothermal fissures or something, and this is still going to make them very much based on your spawn, but just in a different way, if that makes any sense. It's not like the Seiya one that just gets +4 from like literally nothing as long as you don't put districts next to it. This one, you're still going to have to get specific things that make it good, and I just really think that it kind of just like shifts. It just shifts what you're looking for in a spawn when you play the Maya, I think. So I don't think it's necessarily bad, but I really don't think that this is going to be that insane. Maybe my mind will change whenever I use it, but preliminarily, I just think that this is like, it's not an upgrade from the campus, it's more so just a sidestep. Let's keep going though, and so yeah, how do you say this one? Ishmatulahau? Ishmatulahau? That's what it sounds like. All right, let's also look here, just make sure there's nothing that I missed. I guess one thing I didn't talk about was the gold from the Mayab bonus on farms. I think that's fine. I don't think it's gonna be that insane, but either way. Ishmatulahau though, this one seems absolutely insane. Non-capital cities within 6 tiles of the capital gain plus 10% to all yields. That's like ridiculous. Other non-capital cities receive minus 15% to all yields, so that really sucks. And then this extra combat strength we've talked about. This extra combat strength is going to make it really hard for anybody to attack you, because you're just going to be able to stomp them, and you could stack that with like Victor in a city that's getting attacked, and you probably will have no issues defending yourself throughout most of the game, as long as you're settled within certain 6 tiles of your capital. But let's take a look at this here. So the 10% to all yields. How many cities can you technically settle within 6 tiles? Is it 6? I think 6 is the maximum, isn't it? Maybe 7? I really don't know. I think in here they have like a hexagon. Yeah, this is probably the theoretical maximum. I don't think there's any way that you can compress this anymore. I could be wrong. Maybe someone can tell me in the comment section. Maybe you could. I'm very desperately trying to count tiles here to see how far these are settled, but I think that's going to be too hard. You could maybe, is there a possibility that you can fit 2 more over here? I don't think there is. Maybe if you moved these guys out, you could probably make it wider and maybe fit 8, right? I don't know. Maybe I'll have to look at this outside of right now as I record this, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be either 6 or maybe 8 that you can fit in here, because I think these are settled 4 tiles away, but if you move these to 6 tiles away, so that way you're right on the edge, you can probably fit 8 cities here. I could be totally wrong, though. I'm just making that up as I look here. I guess we could look here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one's already 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like all of these are pretty much 5. Is that even a city? Yeah, that's a city. Where's the city? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like, yeah, they settled all of these 5. I wonder if they did 6, they could maybe fit 2 extra cities in there, like on the points of the hexagon. I don't really know. Someone can take a look at that and let me know in the comment section, or if I can figure it out on my own, I will let you know. But either way, it means you're going to be able to get like maybe 6 or 8 cities that you can, so definitely 6 at least, which I think is fine, because 7 cities is like kind of the ideal if you want to play tall, because then you can get a governor in every single city, so that's pretty good. This is definitely a civ that's going to be geared more so towards playing tall, which I think is really cool, because I always like to whine about how much wide is the only way that you can play civ, so I think it's cool that they're adding at least some options if you want to play tall. It's unfortunate that you're still limited to just playing this civ if you want to play tall, but either way, I still think it's pretty cool. I can just envision that this civ is going to be broken whenever the AI play it on deity, because they're going to get this yield plus whatever the deity AI bonus gets already, so that's going to be very irritating. Who knows, maybe they'll roll out some difficulty scaling changes or something too. They'll really surprise me, and then that'll be just absolutely insane. The best day of my life if they rework how difficulty scaling works in Civ 6 and make the deity AI less stupid. Another thing that I wonder is how well the AI are going to manage this. The whole 6 tiles away thing. I feel like the AI is not going to be able to, I don't know, at least in their current state, I feel like they're really bad at, managing where they settle and stuff like that. So I feel like this might really kill the AI though. Let's talk about 10% to all yields, though. So is a 10% bonus to all yields gonna make up for the fact that you're not settling more cities? I guess there's nothing that really prevents you from settling more cities, though. Because, like, the reason why wide is so good is because so many of your yields are tied to putting districts down. So if you have less cities, then you can just get less districts, which just directly means less yields. So with this, though, you could still, like, if you find spots for, say you find spots for some more good observatories, then you could still settle those cities, and they could just be pretty much sole science producers. I mean, they're going to get that minus 15%, but that's not that bad. Say you had, like, a +4 observatory or something like that, then you would, I guess it'd move down to, like, a plus, what, it'd be less than 3, like a 2.6. Yeah, or maybe, no, wait, 2.6? 2.8. I can't even do math. No, none of that's right at all. What did I say? A +4? What's 15% of 4? 0.6. So yeah, it'd be a 3.4 then. That's really not that bad of a loss. I mean, I guess like if you get a 10% bonus though, if you get a 4 observatory and you get 10%, then you're gonna only be at 4.4, which maybe that really doesn't sound that insane. But I guess that stacks up with everything that produces science, so that's probably going to be pretty good overall. I'm interested to see how these effects actually feel, because these don't seem like huge bonuses, but I feel like after they stack up with multiple cities, it might actually be pretty impactful, but who knows, we'll see. But my overall thought on this civ is that they're probably going to be pretty strong. I feel like they're going to be like maybe B or A tier. They're definitely not going to be like S tier. As I mentioned, this observatory, I feel like it's more so a sidestep from the campus than an upgrade. The Huolche here, I think this is going to be a really strong, unique unit. I don't know if you're really going to want to play early aggression on this civ because of the fact that you want to kind of strictly maintain where you're settling your cities, so I don't know, but it's definitely really good for defense. Mayob is really cool because it works with Ishmatulahau, and it makes it so that way, you're trying to get these cities within 6 tiles, and normally you would be limited based on, wanting to settle near water, but this kind of removes that limitation, so I think that's really cool. And that extra housing is going to make it so that you can probably get insanely high population and grow your cities really tall, which I think is going to be really cool. The amenity part, not really too sure about that. I don't think it's going to be that insane. It'll probably be helpful in, 1 or 2 cities, but I don't think it's going to be that insane in the grand scheme of things. And then this up here, I think this is going to be really good. The 10% bonus to all yields is really nice. I don't know how bad this is going to feel, and I don't know how good this is going to feel until I actually try it. But the 5 combat strength to units within 6 tiles of the capital is really, really strong, I think. I think that's going to make it very hard for anybody to kill you in the early game, or even in the later game, as long as you maintain that 6 tiles of the capital distance there. So one other thing that I've noticed here, I've already actually done the outro here, but I realized it afterwards because I forgot to actually look at the rest of the footage in this video. There is this new competition here called Appease the Gods. I wonder if this is part of the Apocalypse game mode, just because it sounds, I don't know, it sounds very apocalyptic-like, and I don't really know what it could be, but maybe that's a thing that, like, if you fail the thing, then maybe you get a natural disaster or something like that, or maybe if you win, then you can direct a natural disaster at somebody. I don't know, I think that sounds cool, but my bet is that this is on one of those apocalypse game mode things. And the other thing is here we just do get another look at the red maze, which I think you know, I mean, it actually looks kind of cool, I guess. But let me make sure that there's nothing else that I missed. That's little small things here. I don't think there's anything over here. Just a little bit of fighting and whatnot. And yeah, I think that's about it. So that was my small interjection there. And yeah. But yeah, my overall prediction, probably this is going to be like an either B or A tier Civ, based on how all of those things that I'm unsure about are actually going to feel when I play them. But I think this is going to be a really cool Civ, and I like that it's another one that kind of has like a little bit of a playstyle change over some of the other Civs. As I've mentioned, like, I get kind of bored with Civs sometimes because it feels like you're just trying to play wide every game. And that's why I like Civs like Coupe that change things up a little bit, and then they at least, you know, change how your early game is. But this is going to change how you play pretty much all of the game, just by, you know, trying to adhere to these rules, hopefully, and seeing how well that can work. So I think this is a really cool looking Civ, and I'm very excited to play it. So thank you everyone for watching. I have been the Saxy Gamer. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like. If not, feel free to dislike. If you're looking for some more Civilization 6 content, feel free to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.